Imagine living in a society where the color of your clothes could determine your social rank, your job, your future, and where wearing the wrong color could get you in serious trouble. That was everyday life in Joseon Korea, where clothing wasn't just fashion. It was a political statement. Welcome back to Korea Uncovered. The Joseon Dynasty was built on Confucian principles, and one of the core ideas of Confucianism is that society works best when everyone knows their place. The clothing system, called the boxic system, was designed to make social hierarchy instantly visible. One look at someone's outfit, and you knew exactly who they were, what they did, and how much respect they deserved. So why were scholars specifically banned from wearing colors? The answer is complicated. Scholars, the Confucian literati class called Yangban, were actually at the top of Joseon society. But there was a strict distinction between scholars who held official government positions and those who were still studying or didn't have official roles. Those without official positions were expected to wear plain white. White wasn't just a default color, it became deeply symbolic in Korean culture. It represented purity, simplicity, and moral virtue. The common people wore white because they couldn't afford dyes, but over time, white became associated with scholarly virtue and humility. Korea became known as the white-clad people, a nickname that stuck for centuries. The colors that were reserved for officials weren't random. Red and purple were for the highest ranks, blue and green for middle ranks. Gold and yellow were strictly imperial. Nobody in Joseon could wear yellow because that was reserved for the Chinese emperor. Breaking these rules wasn't just a fashion faux pas. It was seen as a challenge to the social order itself. There were also rules about fabric and accessories. Only certain ranks could wear silk. Only officials could wear specific hat styles. Even the type of belt you wore signaled your rank. The entire body became a walking announcement of your social position, and the government enforced these rules seriously. What's fascinating is how these rules shaped Korean cultural identity in unexpected ways. The emphasis on white clothing among commoners and scholars created a distinctive visual identity that set Koreans apart from neighboring China and Japan. Foreign visitors to Korea consistently remarked on the sea of white-clad people. It was one of the first things they noticed. The clothing regulations began to break down in the late Joseon period as the rigid social hierarchy loosened and Western influences arrived. But the association of white with Korean identity proved remarkably durable. Even today, white remains a significant color in Korean culture, worn at funerals, associated with purity, and deeply embedded in the national identity. So the next time you see a Korean drama and notice everyone's outfit tells you exactly who they are before they even speak, that's not just dramatic convenience. That's historical accuracy. Joseon Korea was a society where you literally wore your identity, and the rules governing what you could wear were as serious as any law on the books. If you want more hidden stories from Korean history, subscribe to Korea Uncovered. See you in the next one.